Congratulations, Billy, on a fantastic performance last weekend. That extends your run to 6 wins in 6. It wasn't easy the first half, was it?
No, certainly not. It's never going to be easy against a team like Dundee United. We felt as though we started the game really well and were the team in the ascendancy for maybe 20 minutes, and then United scored. Slightly disappointed with the goal and threw the charger on the wall and made it difficult for Thomas. And after that, United, I thought, took control of the game until half time, and we were happy. Disappointed to get 1-0 down, but at that stage, it could have been worse because United forced issues slightly before half time. We told the players not to panic. They came out second half and we were brilliant. For 30 minutes, we got at United, scored a couple of goals, could have scored again. And then the last 10 minutes we hung on a wee bit. United went sort of back to front with Lee Ball kicking up top. It's always difficult when a man that size goes up front. But I think they were deserved winners.
It was an outstanding performance, and one player kind of stood out. That was James McCarthy. Are you pleased with how he's coming on this season? Because he seems to be kind of getting a lot more comfortable, and he's becoming. So in some games he's the best player in the game. Sometimes.
Yeah, he's shown maturity beyond his years at times. Earlier on this season, I spoke to him and had to be careful in terms of bumming him out as a player, and I still worry about that. How he continually puts a level of performances week in week out is quite remarkable for one so young with the consistency. But I still feel as though we need to be careful with him. There was times earlier on in the season that I put him on the bench, he wasn't happy, and when he came on he answered the straight away to say that I shouldn't be sitting on his bench. But this particular moment, I can't afford to leave James McCarthy out of the team. He's a match winner almost every week at the moment, and it's all credit to him.
Well, he wants to play, obviously. Young Player of the Month as well as Chair. I think Thomas got Player of the Month, didn't he? He was Chair now. Yourself, you get Manager of the Month. Does that mean anything to you when you're in the middle of the season?
It's always nice for anybody to get recognised for what you're trying to do. But it doesn't particularly mean a lot. The word for the manager is is for everybody behind the scenes. My first team coach Stuart Taylor, and the physio Danny Cunny and Avril Downs and Ross Hughes and Frankie McAvoy. These are the people who make Hamilton Accies tick. I'm just at the forefront of that. There's a lot of fantastic work going behind the scenes, bringing the youth players through the whole thing, and it's testimony to them and reward for them for the hard work that they do as well.
Elsewhere, the draw was announced for the quarter-finals. Looks likely you're probably playing Rangers, although we can't really say that just now. What's your thoughts on a game against Rangers in the quarter-finals?
Well, obviously Rangers are overwhelming favourites to beat Forfar, and that's no disrespect to them. I wouldn't do that. Quite remarkable to if we do go to Ibrox, that'll be twice in one season. Both quarter-finals against Rangers. We've not spoke a lot about it. We would have liked a home draw. Everybody will always tell you that, but it's a fantastic occasion for myself, the club, and the players to go to Ibrox and hopefully in front of a full house and play in the quarterfinals of the Scottish Cup. It doesn't get much better than that for us.
Look, just looking ahead, this weekend, Derby game in the SPL against Motherwell. It is a very big game for both clubs, given both your runs. How do you think it'll play out?
Well, I think Motherwell have quietly went about their business without too much, fuss and people noticing them. They're on a great run. There was a big game here, maybe 8 or 9 weeks ago when we beat them here 2-0. Since that, the two teams have been on a fantastic run. I think they're undefeated in 8 games. They've won 4 and drew 4. They've lost one of their best players, in Chris Porter, but they've got good players. So we have to give them the respect they deserve, and I'm quite sure they'll give us that now. A lot's been made of the park, but say to the players, we can't get an issue of the park. We can't influence the surface we're playing on. Yeah, it's not the best, everybody will tell you that, but it's the same for both teams. They've got to play that every week, and I think it hinders them as well. So the park is going to be put as a side issue. We've got to concentrate the job in hand.
Because it's out of your control, obviously.
Without a doubt, I always say that anything I can't control, how other teams play out with my club, I can't control that, so there's no point in making an issue of it.
You made a comment about Chris Porter there. What other players on the Motherwell side will you be looking out for? Because there are a few good players in there, like Stephen Hughes and that.
Yeah, I think it's okay picking out the flair players. I think Stephen Craigan, makes a big difference for them. I think maybe they didn't realise how much an influence he was until he was missing. And I don't think it's any surprise that when Stephen came back into the team that they were more solid. I think he helped Mark Reynolds at the back, and the two fullbacks did a smashing job. Hamill on the left, culture left foot, good player, and I think one of the unsung heroes is Paul Quinn at right fullback. I watched them play against Hearts, against Andy Driver, and I think it was brilliant that night. So they've got players getting happy. They've obviously players with experience, old firm experience, like you said, Hughes and Bob Malcolm, who seems to be out of the picture at the moment. But I think one of the most improved players in Scotland is David Clarkson. I remember seeing him as a 17 or 18-year-old, and he was raw and a bit rash. Always got about the park, was a nuisance. But I think he's matured into better than a nuisance. And I think he's really progressed, and it's no surprise in Scotland still.
Just on another note about that game, what's your team news ahead of that?
We seem fine. We have obviously Mark Clark on long term, we know about that. David Ellibert has been training, or on the fringes of training with the first team. It's a hamstring problem, so he won't feature in the squad. We're hoping that he'll get a reserve game next week. Jordan McMillan is now training in the first team, so he should be fine. And McArthur was back from suspension. He was suspended for the Scottish Cup tie. He was a huge player for us. And Matt McLaughlin took ill on the Friday, which was a big blow at the time.
Is it flu? Yeah,
he had a flu bug, so he will come back into contention as well.
Okay, thanks very much, Philip.